Hello, my name is Elvis Ortiz. I'm a student at Odessa College. I'm in the Occupational Safety and Health program, and today we're going to be discussing about ergonomics. Ergonomics is the study of efficiency in the working environment. In other words, it's studying how a person reacts to his or her working environment, the tasks that they do, that they complete, knowing they have the right posture, knowing they have the right body movement in order to get the job done safely. Ways to analyze ergonomics is assessing job duties and situations. Like I said, assessing the task, auditing crews, uh, make sure you got the right person for the right job, audit job sites and work sites where work is being performed and where it's not being performed, know where hazards are covered up, barriers are designed to cover those hazards, and whenever you do go audit and you ensure that people are working, make sure they're working safely, make sure they got their PPE, make sure they're exercising proper body movements in order to not get an injury. You analyze how people interact with their machines, the tools that they're using, and ensure they're trained to present the skills necessary to perform their job tasks. Make sure operators know how to operate the machines accordingly. Make sure you don't put somebody new on the forklift when he's never operated a forklift before. Make sure you don't have him suspending loads while other people are working around him. Uh, A failure to properly assess and train employees or placing them in bad situations can lead up to several different things. The most common injury that occurs is musculoskeletal injuries. Musculoskeletal injuries or disorders affect the human body's movements in the musculoskeletal system, which includes muscles, tendons, ligaments, nerves, discs, and blood vessels. Uh, the exerting force injuries is one of the most common one. It's the exerting force is the use of strenuous or vigorous action or effort. This is when the excess use of muscles is required. The hazards that are present to this is the use of exerting force can result into an injury to yourself as well as other individuals around you. Unfortunately, these injuries are several injuries due to individuals trying to make themselves look good in front of other people and attempting to do too much, more than they can handle, in other words. Some causes of this injury is pushing, pulling, lifting, carrying, moving, or overextending to reach something. Uh, the ways to improve these type of injuries is to exercise team lifting, remove some of the weight if you're carrying multiple boxes or something, and it's too heavy for you, and you can feel your back aching, your muscles aching, begin to ache. Remove some of that weight. Use ladders to reach objects that are high, out of your reach. Use equipment to lift heavy objects. Uh, in other words, make sure you exercise proper lifting techniques. I'm going to show you an example of a proper ways to lift something. First off, you're going to put your gloves on. Make sure you have the right PPE. This will prevent injuries caused due to pressure in your hands or from carrying an item for too long of a period or from picking up sharp edges and stuff like that. Uh, Make sure you lift with your legs. You don't use your back. Don't bend your back whenever you're going to lift something. That's one of the most common reasons that these types of injuries occur. Uh, Whenever you're going to lift something out, lifting with your legs means bend your knees, keep your back straight. I'm going to show you an example. This is a way to lift something that's heavy off the floor. Keep your back straight. Make sure your shoulders are squared. You don't move your back. You simply grab it, lift with your legs. It may seem a little bit more difficult. It may seem like it may take a little bit more time, but it's the safest way to do it, and it'll help you avoid muscle injuries. Same way as putting it down. Bend your knees, bend your legs. Don't just hunch over and bend something. Put something back into place. In this field, we replace valves, we replace pumps, we replace all kinds of heavy objects, and we want to ensure that nobody gets injured while doing this. Another musculoskeletal injury is working in cold temperatures. This is when an individual works in cold temperature, his or her body is not accustomed to, which can result in health emergencies and injuries. Extremely cold temperatures can cause heat to leave your body more rapidly than what it's accustomed to, and it will cause health issues. Hazards when working in cold temperatures is when individuals are unaccustomed to that temperature, they aren't well prepared for the climate change, causing severe health issues. Some of these include hypothermia, frostbite injuries, trench foot, or chilblains. Hypothermia is excess body temperature leaving your body. Trench foot is working in areas that are soaked for long periods of time. All these injuries, they may not seem like they're musculoskeletal injuries, but they do affect your body. They do involve ergonomics. We need to take the proper measures to minimize these injuries and wear the proper attire when working in these conditions. Ways to prevent the cold temperature injuries would be proper scheduling. If employers are going to schedule jobs that require you to be outside, make sure to do it in the warmer months that is possible. It'll avoid working in these cold conditions, and it's keeping your body out there longer than what you're used to. Make sure you gather in warm areas during breaks, and make sure you take breaks more frequently. Drink warm liquids. Bundle up with plenty of clothing, sweaters, hoodies, earmuffs, gloves, jackets, etc. Keep your clothes packed. Keep extra clothes packed in work vehicles if you need to ensure that you have the right clothes and the right amount of protection on your body at all times in cold temperatures. The next musculoskeletal injury is the repetitive motion injuries. These conditions are caused by overuse of particular muscles, tendons, or nerves in repeated activities. These injuries are the most common injuries that occur in the workplace due to the repetition of the same task over and over again. These injuries occur, most of our jobs consist of doing the same thing over and over, day in, day out, day in, day out. Repetitive motion injuries are common in these situations where you complete the same task. If it's reaching up and down, if it's moving side to side, it can all cause injuries. They can produce wear and tear on your body components, causing painful injuries. Almost everyone in the workforce complete similar tasks with each day within the work week. Some of us complete tasks 3 times a week, some of us 7 times a week. Regardless of the type of work you do, performing the same muscle movements day in and day out will cause wear and tear in your body and can cause a repetitive motion injury. Ways to prevent this injury is taking your frequent breaks, taking your assigned breaks, set timers and rotate job tasks with other individuals, performing different tasks throughout the day so that one part of your body is not overworked, causing injury. Wear braces that will help your body keep good form and injuries so that the injuries do not occur. For example, back braces. If you're going to be lifting, moving boxes, moving objects, moving anything, make sure you wear a back brace. This will give extra support for your back and will prevent this injury from occurring. Make sure you get enough rest at home. Make sure you're sleeping your adequate amount of hours every day. And if it's possible, find time to exercise. Exercising your body can build muscle in the areas where you need to work on, where you need to improve, the areas that are targeted most at work. Working in awkward positions is another injury that is common. It's another hazard that's common in the workplace. Unsupported positions that stretch your physical limits can compress nerves and irritate tendons. This happens more often than not, and most of the time we don't see it or feel it happening until it does happen. It's due to people not taking the proper time and measures to position themselves accordingly and properly, and their body is not supported by a firm device or object. Hazards in working in these positions are musculoskeletal injuries, soreness, pain, and inflammation. These are several hazards that are present when the individual works in awkward positions. The way to prevent these injuries is use stands or equipment to hold something up or move a heavy item where your body is more comfortable. Observe the area and identify different approaches that could make the position more comfortable and the job easier. For example, I'm going to give you another example of how to prevent working in awkward injuries. If I'm going to work on this pump on the floor, would it be more comfortable setting this either on the chair or on this table? Other than being hunched over and working on it like this, we can lift it up, place it in a comfortable position. We could even sit down and work on it if we have to. This will prevent any injuries from occurring due to being stuck in an awkward position for an unknown amount of time. Who knows how long it's going to take to fix that. The next area would be a localized pressure in the body part. Pressing the body part against hard or sharp edges, resulting in pain or injury. This is an example of pressure in the foot. due to hard surfaces or due to improper footwear. Holding sharp edges, that's why we'll use gloves. Uh, another reason we will do this uh, is the causes that are using your body while positioned wrong. If you're sitting down, sitting improper, your posture's not good, it's going to put pressure on your lower back. Holding position other than resting position for long periods of time will put pressure on any muscle that is being targeted, whether it's your arm, your leg, your back. Localized pressure in the body part for long durations of period of time can even lead up to ulcers. This is the most severe result of localized pressure. An ulcer is an open sore on an external or internal surface of the body caused by a break in the skin or mucous membrane that fails to heal as a result of localized pressure over a prolonged period of time. There's ways to prevent this injury as well. You can focus and analyze the situations prior to beginning work duties. You can ensure that you have good posture. Make sure you plan your activities accordingly and use stands and equipment to prevent getting yourself in situations that could cause harm. These types of injuries are all preventable. We need to work together as a team. Look out for one another. If you see somebody lifting something heavy, go over there and help them out. Perform team lifting. Ensure, if somebody needs help putting something on the stand to make their work easier, make sure you help them so they're not trapped in awkward positions. Cold temperatures, if you have an extra jacket and you see somebody's colder than you are, make sure you lend them a jacket, lend them a hand, send them to take a break inside the truck, inside a trailer, inside a warm space. We got to look out for one another as ergonomics affects all of us around in every type of work industry, whether it be outside, it be sitting in a computer, or working in a warehouse, hospitals, construction sites, it doesn't matter. Ergonomics affects every type of industry and the hazards can be eliminated or reduced extremely to prevent these types of injuries from occurring at the job sites. Make sure you look out for one another and make sure you help each other keep a safe environment throughout the day.